No one remembers her real name anymore. In the old records of St. Agnes Girls' Boarding School, it is scratched out, blurred by water damage and time, as if the paper itself refused to remember her. The students only know the sound. Koi, koi, koi. The school was built in 1962, deep in a forest, that locals warned against. The land had once been a burial ground for women accused of witchcraft during the colonial era. The missionaries were told, clearly and repeatedly, not to build there. They did it anyway. Concrete was poured over bones. Classrooms were raised over shallow graves. And the forest watched. Madame Koi Koi arrived 8 years later. She was young then, barely 30, but carried herself like someone who had already lived too much. Her heels clicked sharply against the tiled corridors, echoing long after she passed. Students whispered about her shoes first, always polished, always loud, even when the floor was wet. Koi, koi, koi. She never wore flats, never sandals, only heels. Even during morning devotion, even during midnight patrol. Her name, according to the staff records, was Miss Kofowarola Adebiyi. She taught home economics and moral instruction. She was strict, precise, and deeply religious. Too religious. She punished girls for whispering after lights out. She punished girls for untidy beds. She punished girls for dreaming too loudly. But what the students noticed most was how she looked at them. Not with anger, not with hatred, with hunger. At night, some girls swore they heard her, walking the dormitory corridors long after curfew. The matrons claimed it was rats. But rats do not wear heels. Rats do not stop outside your bed. Rats do not breathe beside your ear. One girl, Funke, disappeared in 1973. They said she ran away. Her parents were poor, and the police didn't care enough to investigate. But Funke's bed was still neatly made. Her shoes were still under her locker, and her best friend swore. Always girls who broke rules, always girls who talked back, always girls who were pretty. The school board started an internal investigation, but nothing was proven. Madame Koi Koi was respected, feared, protected by the principal, a man rumored to have strange connections. Then came the blood. In 1976, a student was found dead in the home economics storeroom. Her body was dry, completely drained. Her eyes were missing. Her feet were burned black, as if something had sucked the life out through her soles. The autopsy made no sense. No cause of death, no blood left to analyze. That night, the students rioted. They gathered in the courtyard, crying, screaming, demanding answers. Someone shouted her name for the first time. Madame Koi Koi. The chant spread like fire. Teachers tried to calm them. The principal locked himself in his office, and Madame Koi Koi stood on the balcony, watching, smiling. She didn't run when they accused her. She didn't deny it. She laughed. The sound silenced the entire courtyard. It wasn't loud. It wasn't manic. It was calm, amused, ancient. She raised her hands and told them the truth. She said she had been chosen. Years before she arrived at the school, she had been barren, married young, beaten often. Her husband accused her of being cursed. When he brought another woman into the house, Madame Koi Koi, then just Kofowarola, went into the forest to pray for death. Instead, something answered. It promised her children, power, respect, eternal youth. All it asked for was obedience and blood, young blood, pure blood. She said the forest spirits demanded sacrifices, and the school was built on their altar. She was only the caretaker, the collector, the punishment for disobedient children and careless adults. When the crowd rushed her, the lights went out. What happened next was never officially recorded. By morning, the school was silent. Teachers were gone, students were gone. Only footprints remained, burnt into the tiles. High heel prints, hundreds of them, going nowhere, coming from everywhere. The government shut the school down, burned parts of it, built a fence, posted guards, but guards don't last. Years passed. The forest swallowed the fence. New schools were built elsewhere. Children forgot the story until the first reopening. In the 1990s, the land was reused as a public secondary school, renovated, painted, blessed by pastors and imams. The old records were lost. On the first night of resumption, a girl woke up to a sound. Koi, koi, koi. She thought it was a dream, until the sound stopped beside her bed. She never screamed. The next morning, her bed was neatly made. From that day on, the rules returned. Never whistle at night. Never look back if you hear heels. Never sleep with your feet outside the blanket. Never answer your name after lights out, because Madame Koi Koi never left. She doesn't walk the corridors anymore. She floats just above the floor, but the sound remains. Koi, koi, koi. And if you hear it getting closer, it's already too late.